Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Bayo Ajibola, and I'll be doing a series on dating after divorce. Um, this is going to be going on for a couple of videos, so it will be a series on the topic dating after divorce. But today, to start with, we'll be looking at dating after divorce advice. Dating after divorce advice. This basically applies to uh, both sexes, men and women. And this is just going to be an intro into the topic dating after divorce. Dating can seem overwhelming coming out of divorce, and today I'm going to be listening to you. I'm going to be listening or discussing with you some things to keep in mind as you get your groove back. Here are something to keep in mind as you get your groove back. My tip number one is reflect on what went wrong the first time. Reflect on what went wrong the first time. You have to reflect on what went wrong the first time because if you don't do this, it is most likely that you will make the same mistake all over again. And when I say reflect on what's wrong the first time, you have to be very truthful with yourself because I believe that in any situation, um, I mean, yeah, you must have. I mean, you will definitely have your own faults. There will be something that you looking back that you probably be thinking, oh, I should have do this better. I should have done that better, and I shouldn't have done this. You understand? And you just need to be very truthful with yourself. You cannot come with the line that, oh, I'm not the one at fault, the other party is the one at fault. Is the one that takes all the blame. I want to believe that you have your own blame too, and you really need to be truthful with yourself as you start to go into a new relationship, or you want to start giving dating a try all over again. So our first point, like I said, reflect on what went wrong the first time. Reflect on what went wrong the first time, and you have to be very, very truthful with yourself. The worst thing you can do is to lie to yourself. That is not going to do you any good. So reflect on what went wrong the first time. My tip number two is let go of your anger. Let go of your anger. Because if you don't, that shows you've not healed. You understand? Now you cannot go into another relationship with that level of anger or with that state you are in. So you really need to let go of your anger and heal yourself from whatever must have happened in the past. Let go and allow yourself and free yourself and to be open to a new relationship, a new a new energy. The negative energy that you just have to let go of it. Let go of the negative energy. Forgive whoever. I mean, your ex, and move on with your life because you don't need that kind of a baggage into a new relationship. Because either you like it or not, it's going to um, it can easily be picked up. And this will definitely be a turn off for the new relationship you are going into. So, like I said, my number two tip is let go of your anger. Let go of your anger. My number three tip is don't write off the opposite sex. Do not write off the opposite sex. And because what I mean is, for the fact that you have a very nasty experience in your past marriage or past relationship doesn't necessarily mean all men or all women are the same. No, it will be very wrong of you to have that kind of a mindset. You understand? You have your ex, whatever went wrong there, that is just him. He cannot paint everybody or the same everybody with the same with the same with the same brush. People are different. It's just the fact that your ex happens to be the bad one. So you cannot say, oh, because my ex-husband is bad, that means all men are generally bad. No, that would be wrong. And you can equally not say my ex-wife is bad, that means all women are bad. No, that would be terribly wrong. And you'll be doing a lot of injustice to yourself, you with that kind of mindset. So you really need to clear that out of your mind, that you actually need to right. I mean, don't write off your the opposite sex for the fact that you have a nasty experience last time doesn't necessarily, I mean, with a man or a woman, doesn't necessarily mean that all men or all women are the same. You understand? So that is our number 3 point. Don't write off your opposites. Don't write off the opposite sex. And point number 4 is have fun with friends. Have fun with friends. What do I mean by that? This is the time you need to actually start going out again. You don't stay indoors. You don't keep to yourself. You don't, the anger is gone. The negative energy is out of the window, and you really need to start going out all over again. You understand? And if you obviously it's been a long time you've done this. So the best way I would say to start doing this is start to mingling with your friends all over again. Start going out with your friends. You understand? If they have a party, come on, you just go there and enjoy yourself. You understand? And don't keep it to yourself. If you have if you are the type that has very good friends, let them know that you are ready to give relationship a go all over again. I mean, be open with them. Probably they might have one or two people that they can, nudge you towards, or try to kind of match make you to, I mean, match make both of you. So it is very important because, like I said, it's probably been a long time you go on a date, or you start uh, the dating process, because obviously you've been married, and nobody will expect you to go be dating somebody else while you are married. So but now the marriage is over, you've stayed away for far too long. Just keep it to yourself, and you are now at a stage of trying to give um dating a go all over again. So you need to, if going all out fully is something that is a bit daunting for you, then I mean, come on, start with your friend. Let them know what your intentions are. I mean, and start going out with them. Just be open with them. At least the ones you can trust. Let them know exactly what your intentions are. That's our next point is try online dating. Try online dating. And online dating is also a very good thing to start with. It's a new thing now. I don't know how long ago um, you've done. I mean, you've tried dating, or you've been um, married for. Probably the online dating probably wasn't an in thing then, but this day and age, online dating is a big deal. So that's another avenue for you to meet new people. At the comfort of your room, you can just log in. All you need to do is just make sure you register with reputable ones. Look at their reviews, and see what exactly is going on there. I mean, just look around, and if you find a very good one that's full of genuine people, and with good recommendations or review, then that's another good way for you to start dating all over again. At the comfort of your room, you just log on or register with them. Some of them do ask you to pay. I mean, it's on subscription, so I mean, give it a try. A very good dating website would be a good, also a good starting point for you, having been out of the dating thing for a very long time. So that is another point right there. Try online dating. Then the next one is beware of online dating scammers and liars. Beware of online dating scammers and liars. You see, there are a lot of scammers out there. And when it comes to dating has its own fair share of scammers and liars too. Hence, number one, like I said in my previous point, that you really need to be careful. You understand? The setting up a dating website, I mean, it can be, it's probably a very easy thing for a lot of people. So every Dick and Harry just go on there and set up their own website. So I would say to you that most of them are dodgy. Most of them are full of scammers and liars. These are men or women that will just go there, register. It probably doesn't even cost them anything or any money, anything financially. You know. So they will just go there, register, and put on their fake profile there. Their main intention is just to scam people, take advantage of people because they know you are now in a vulnerable situation. So that is a very good point right there. You really need to be careful. You really need to be cautious. You really need to do all due diligence in finding a very good dating website. You understand? How do you do that? You look at their reviews. You listen to recommendations from friends, and you do your own due diligence, and also the genuine ones will actually make you register. It will cost you some money because if it's the one that is free for people to register, that means that will attract all sorts of people. I don't think that's where you want to be. You need to spend a little bit of money, register there, and a lot of them will take full details. If you look at for the ones that will make it rather compulsory for you to put in all your details there, and your information and all of that. If they make it compulsory, and that's a good sign right there that it is a good one. So just be on the lookout. That's on the point of beware of online dating and scammer. Our next point is never complain about your ex on date. Never do that. Never complain about your ex on date, because if you start going out on a date and the only thing you talk about is your ex did this, your ex did that, and the other party will just be looking at you that this is a damaged person right here. He or she wouldn't even want to get himself associated with that, because he will be thinking that why should I go into this kind of relationship and carry all the baggages that you are coming with? He or she needs somebody that is healed. He or she needs somebody that has forgiven or forgotten about his or her ex relationship. And this, I mean, because if you go into especially your first date and you start to talk about the bad things and everything, is all you do is complain about what your ex has done. Um, to you, then that is not a good sign. It's probably turn the guy or the lady off, and you wouldn't want anything to do with you again. So that is not a good thing to do. Try to discuss other things except I mean, apart from what happened in your past relationship or with your ex. So you just need to move on with that and start afresh and forget about what has happened in the past. So that's a good point right there. Never complain about your ex on date. Our next point is trust your gut feelings. Trust your gut feelings. If you say, let's say, for instance, you go into maybe you go on your first date or maybe on your second date, and your mind and your gut feelings is saying to you consistently that no, there's something is not just right here. You just have to listen to that. You need to actually look to listen to your gut feelings. When your mind keeps saying something to you consistently that no, there's something is just it's not just right here. You understand? So you don't push that back. You don't ignore what your gut feelings is saying to you, because there's high there's there's a possibility for you to do that, probably out of desperation or out of the fact that no, I mean, I just don't want to listen to that. No, I think that's a very dangerous thing to do. So if you find yourself on a date or you're with somebody and your mind is consistently telling you something is not right here, I think I will advise you to just let it be, give it a rest and see. And if that kind of um, feeling is still coming and overwhelming you, I would say just let go of that guy or that lady and move on and find somebody else. So that is on the point of um, trust your gut feelings. Our next point is try dating outside your type. Try dating outside your type because you probably your first relationship or your first marriage, you are the ones that said, no, this is I mean, this is my type, this is my spec, this is the kind of guy I want. You understand? So I think it will be wrong of you to box yourself up in that corner. I mean, you've tried dating your type, you've even gotten married to your type. So where has that led you? Probably is this is the time, second time around to, not necessarily date your type and probably give yourself other options I mean, other type kind of people to date, people outside of your type, people outside of your spec. Give them a chance and give yourself um, a chance to even experience something different. You never can tell. It might um, come out to be the right person for you. So don't box yourself up all in the name of, well, I've got to date my type, I've got to date my spec. So I don't think that's the right thing for you to do, especially going into dating for the second time. So just loosen up a bit and relax yourself. Don't be too hard or don't be too strict on yourself. So that's on the point. Try to dating outside your type. Our next point is set reasonable expectations. Set reasonable expectations. Setting unnecessary expectations can honestly um, make good people walk out of your life. You understand? These are expectations that is probably too high for any human being to even meet up. You understand? So why do you do that? Why will you even do that? You understand? So when it comes to relationship, actually, I mean, you had an experience in the marriage and it did not work out, and you want to give it a go again. You understand? I was think by now there past expectations, maybe probably too high expectation. You um must have been clear to you now that it doesn't necessarily work, or it doesn't necessarily have to be that that um that way. You understand? You just need to be realistic. You just need to be sensible in your expectations and set reasonable and sensible expectations when it comes to dating um, or relationship. So that's on the point. On our point, set reasonable expectation. And as our next point is, do not introduce your kids too soon. Do not introduce your kid too soon because when you start to date all over again, you actually need, like I said earlier in our point, you really need to take care. You really need to take your time. You don't really need to rush into a new relationship. So you just eh, because say for instance you go on a dating website, you will meet a lot of people that you might think, oh, maybe this is the one, maybe this is the one. And you will really need to um, go or try several dates for you actually to be able to pinpoint and say and narrow it down that, oh, maybe I should give this guy a try, or maybe I should give this person a try. And that takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of effort. You cannot just go into a date one time and not conclude that, oh, this is the guy that's or this is the lady I will want to date. You understand? Or I want to go out with. So when you now come out with the okay, fine, you finally uh, narrow it down to to a person that, okay, let's give this a try, this man or this woman a try. You understand? So that this point is going to lead us to our last point. You understand? So you just need to give it a try. You don't start to introduce your new man or your new woman to your kids almost immediately. So this leads also the last our last point for today is a date for 2 years before talking about marriage. You understand? So second to the last point I said, you don't introduce your kids too soon. You really need to understand who this guy is. You really need to understand who this woman is. Because if you start to introduce this your new date or your new partner to your kids almost immediately, at that point in time, you don't even know who they are. So it might be that maybe a month or two down the line, they might come up with something that you are not really happy with. So that means obviously you still want to date again. Then you get another person. Are you going to introduce? I mean, how many people are you going to introduce to your kids before you now say before you now arrive at a particular one you want to go out with? So you give yourself a time. You only introduce your this new person to your kids when you are, I would say, 50% sure that okay, I think I've gotten myself somebody that I can, I can um, start a relationship with. So it is only at that point in time that you can now be thinking, okay, let's take this another step, and that's when you will say, okay, I think it's high time I introduce this person to my kids. And you just introduce them to your kids just like that. You have to take it easy because you got to consider the kids too. You don't just drop somebody into their laps just like that. There has to be a subtle way of making this introduction into introducing this person into their life. You understand? It might be attending a football match together. It might be going for a movie together, and just try and identify what your kids love doing. And that's how you incorporate the man or the woman into their life, just in a subtle way. And over time, they might hopefully develop interest and like each other. You understand? And like I said, do not rush um, to introduce your kids to your new man or to your new woman. Take your time and consider their feelings too, because hey, it is very important. So I'm not going to say more than that. So our last point for today is date for 2 years, minimum of 2 years before even talking about marriage. Date for minimum of 2 years before even talking about marriage. It is very, very important because you know, dating is a very, very important process to go through. And I don't think anyone can hide who they truly are within 2 years or within even a year. Let's say, okay, 2 years. So in the course of dating, in the course of courtship, their true color will come out. Whatever they've been, if probably they've been hiding, no one can hide or pretend for 2 years. You get to know that person properly. You get to identify things that you like and you don't like. You get to know their ups and their down. Of course, you have misunderstanding, and you see how this person handle this misunderstanding. If you have a misunderstanding or quarrel with each other, you understand. And the information you are able to gather within these 2 years we inform you and we put you in a right mindset to now make an informed decision that okay, do I want to or will I want to get married to this person or not? The information you must have gathered, whatever you must have experienced within that period of 2 years, will be more than enough information for you to arrive at an informed conclusion to now see, okay, am I going to get married to this person or should I let this person go? It's not actually the right person for me. or even if you're not going to be talking about marriage, even after the 2 years, you might probably give it another year. You just need to be sure before you dabble into marriage all over again. Because they said, once bitten, twice shy. So that is me done for today on our topic, dating after divorce. And that's a series I'm starting today. And today, our topic that we've just finished is dating after divorce advice. Dating after divorce advice. Perhaps if you have any other point to add to this, please feel free to drop it at the comment section and do subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye now.